Hi, my name is Jonathan Basla, and today I'm going to discuss how and why to avoid ghosting. Ghosting, or the practice of disappearing from someone's life without an explanation, can be confusing and painful to the other person. Instead of sharing valid feelings of why you may not feel a connection, the ghosted person is left with questions and potential feelings of shame and insecurity. Dating can be tough and filled with challenges. Ghosting may be a way to avoid conflict or uncomfortable conversations. However, there are better ways to say how you feel rather than not saying anything at all. Below, I'll explore ways to avoid ghosting and why it can be harmful to both you and the other person involved. Although typically seen with texting or dating apps, ghosting can also occur after dating someone once or multiple times and never hearing from them again. Additionally, being ghosted does not occur only in romantic relationships. Ghosting can occur with any interpersonal relationship where one person becomes silent and disengages communication, leaving the ghosted person with countless questions, potential assumptions, and possible shame or sadness. So, why do people ghost? Confrontation can be uncomfortable for many people. Sharing with someone that you may not reciprocate romantic or sexual feelings can be challenging. Telling a friend or a family member that a dynamic no longer suits you can be scary. However, when we acknowledge the fear that is present in the unknown or uncomfortable, we may be able to move through that fear toward authenticity by acknowledging that your feelings, as difficult as they may or may not be for someone else to accept, are valid. While it may seem easier to avoid confrontation by ghosting someone, you may be censoring your own experience as well as not allowing the person being ghosted a chance to feel pain and heal. Ghosting often stems from an assumption or our anxieties of how someone will react if we disappoint them. What if the lack of spark, the acknowledgement of awkwardness, the need for distance was felt by the other person as well? Ghosting does not allow for practicing confrontation, a skill that becomes easier and less uncomfortable with practice. Part of the difficulty with ghosting someone is its connection to our digital culture. Year after year, our digital footprint continues to expand. From new social media platforms and dating apps, we have more opportunities to meet new people. Connections can seem less significant and more disposable with countless options merely a swipe away. These game-like interfaces may diminish the humanity on the other side of a text or chat. In those moments, what would it mean for you to be ghosted? What questions would you be left with on the other side? Why should we avoid ghosting? There's a power to unanswered, lingering questions. Your silence could impact someone's ability for closure, for understanding, and for processing the time spent together, no matter how serious or casual. Whatever reason you may have for no longer wanting that person in your space is valid. Share your truth. Avoiding ghosting someone takes confidence and is paramount to honoring your own self-worth, as well as the other person's self-esteem. Ask yourself, what is the fear holding me back from sharing my feelings? Could it be a reflection of how you feel about yourself? You deserve to be heard, just as much as the other person deserves to know why you no longer want to date them, be their friend, etc. Your ghosting could potentially diminish someone else's light. Being vulnerable can be hard. By not ghosting, you are helping yourself to grow and giving the other person the opportunity to learn about themselves, as well as practice facing conflict. With practice, it can make conflict less uncomfortable for both people. Ghosting does not allow for empathy or understanding. Sharing how you feel allows for you to potentially receive empathy and give empathy. Breakups are tough no matter what the connection is or how long it has been established. There will likely come a time when you need understanding in the future. Practicing this now will serve you better in the long run, rather than avoiding the discomfort of potentially hurting someone's feelings. Now that you're ready to leave ghosting behind, remember these skills to allow for an open and honest communication. It's been said many times, however, it is important to use I statements to ensure that whatever you are sharing is about your experience and feelings. This eliminates blame or shaming and allows the other person to see you. Try and keep the conversation direct yet kind. While we are seeking honesty, it is okay to keep your reasons brief and hold space for the other person's response and feelings. You can respect how you feel in a way that is not harsh or condescending. This also may be a time to seek support from a loved one or your therapist. Ask questions and stay curious with your most trusted confidants. Some information may be important for you to share, yet not necessary for the other person to hear for you to walk away. It is important to accept that this may be painful for you to share and painful for the other person to hear. It is okay to experience pain. By feeling the pain, we can move on and begin to heal. While ghosting may be painful for the person being ghosted, this is a different kind of pain. The shared pain through honesty and vulnerability opens up the possibility to experience sadness together, and that this connection was not a match, and maybe this friendship no longer fits in your life. Therapy may be an option for you if you have been ghosted and want a space to process and reflect. It may also be an option for someone who consistently ghosts people in their life. We can explore together in a space that is safe without judgment or shame, no matter what feelings arise. Comment on the video below to share how your life has changed after eliminating ghosting from your life and honoring your truth.